Rental assistance and eviction prevention go hand in hand with this program. It is still a very valuable tool for tenants and for landlords.
This is Hourglass, the podcast for United Way of King County in Seattle. Coming up, a conversation about rental assistance and eviction prevention. We sat down with 3 United Way of King County housing specialists to discuss the current need for rental assistance and eviction prevention in our county, how United Way is working to address those needs, and how people might receive financial and legal assistance to stay in their homes. We will also discuss an upcoming United Way Happy Hour and Hellos event and a volunteer opportunity with El Centro De La Raza. I'm your host, Joe Burris. Thanks for tuning in. United Way of King County is proud to serve as our county's financial administrator for rental assistance. And recently, we renewed our contract with the county to the tune of $9.5 million for our rental assistance and eviction prevention work. The renewed amount is about $5 million more than we received last year, and it will go a long way to address the growing number of evictions in our county. United Way also secured more administrative fee dollars for our community partners who distribute these funds. United Way and our partners disperse rental assistance funding as part of Keep King County Housed, a program that supports renters who need help covering past due rent and or have an eviction notice. Keep King County Housed was a product of the Federal Eviction Prevention and Rental Assistance Program, which launched in 2020 amid the COVID-19 pandemic and subsequently distributed $400 million in funding to help those at risk of homelessness. At one point during the pandemic, United Way was distributing nearly $1 million each week in rental assistance to households in need. The Eviction Prevention and Rental Assistance Program ended in 2023, but of course the need for rental assistance did not. The county's Department of Community and Housing Services has led the continuation of Keep King County Housed in partnership with United Way, and the program is now funded by the Washington State Department of Commerce. With state and local governments currently grappling with budget deficits, funding toward rental assistance and eviction prevention aren't as great as what the Fed provided during COVID, but every dollar counts when addressing our county's housing crisis. The King County Bar Association said that last year, it received an average of 648 notices of eviction each month from King County Superior Court. In 2023, it received just 379, but from 2020 to 2022, when federal rental assistance funding was abundant and local moratoriums were in place, it received no more than 193 eviction notices in a single month on average. With the need for assistance growing, so does the waiting list for those needing help. But United Way is still working to bring the waiting list numbers down, even as federal funding to do so has all but evaporated. This podcast is all about the current need for rental assistance and eviction prevention in our county, how United Way is working to address those needs, and how people might receive financial and legal assistance to stay in their homes. Hourglass sat down for this topic with 3 of our housing specialists, Tess Sebastian, the Senior Manager of Housing Stability, Danny Raddick, Partnerships Manager of Housing Stability, and Molly Gilmore, Housing Stability Program Manager. We begin with Tess, who will speak more about our recent contract renewal with the county to continue our work.
This year, we are receiving $9.5 million for our rental assistance and eviction prevention work, compared to just over $5 million last fiscal year.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we're very excited about this.
Yay.
We were also able to negotiate a higher admin rate for the community partners that distribute these funds. So this means that they will receive increased money to support the staff, working tirelessly to get this money out the door to folks who need it most. In past years, we were able to give them an 8% admin rate based on their total contract award, and this year we were able to award them with 9.5%.
So Danny, talk about where that $9.5 million will go.
Yeah, that is a great question. So to piggyback off of what Tess is saying, we have $9 million, and majority of that is going to go out into community, especially to our resilient community members. who are under 30% area median income, which for a household of one is around $42,000 a year. And it goes up based off of households. We also target community members who have children in the household, are currently facing eviction or have a pay or vacate notice. Also, people who are living with disabilities or have had a past history of eviction. So rental assistance and eviction prevention go hand in hand with this program. And that is especially true with how we decided to distribute this out to our community partners. I will say since COVID, one of the other things that have decreased is the amount of people who are distributing rental assistance funds. When the county was in charge of emergency rental assistance, there were hundreds of agencies, each having teams of like 10 to 7. We currently have 9 community-based organizations working with us. Each has a team of about 2 to 3 people. So that was one of the reasons why we wanted to give that 9.5% admin rate to them, was because they are doing a lot of work and they are working with a lot of people who are currently on our wait list, and the efficacy of rental assistance for eviction prevention on the West Coast.
Wow. So talk about those organizations that we work with. And of course, at United Way, we really try to work with organizations that are in the community and know those communities best.
Yes. So 4 of our community-based organizations that we work with are what is known as a by and for agency, meaning that they are a reflection of the community that they serve, and particularly people who are serving communities of color. So we have Centro Cultural Mexicano, which serves the Latinx community on the east side, and they have done an amazing job with talking to people who have Spanish as their primary language. We have Urban League, which is a historically Black organization that works in South Seattle and about South King County area. REWA, which is Refugee Women's Alliance, and they work with the refugee community. And then Reclaiming Our Greatness, which is one of our newer partners, works down in Auburn. And so they focus on South King County in particular.
And of course, Reclaiming Our Greatness is a member of the United Way's Black Community Building Collective. The Urban League is actually run by the director as a member of United Way's board. So, we really have that good connection there. And then can we talk a little bit about, for those that will look to receive this rental assistance funding, how does it come? Is it a lottery? First come, first serve? How does that work?
Yeah, so Molly and I are going to talk about this question in joint. So what we do is we have people sign up first for the intake form. Okay. And this is something where you can sign up through this on the United Way website. Shout out to UWKC/Rent Help. And once you are on the wait list, you get essentially chosen if you are eligible. The most common reason for ineligibility is you saying that you are not behind on rent at the time that you are applying for the intake form. And then from there, I talk to all of our community partners, and based off of their capacity, I randomly select about usually 100 to 160 households to apply for rental assistance. Once you're selected, you get assigned a case manager at one of our organizations.
And that happens every 2 weeks.
It happens every 2 weeks. And that case manager will help you through the application. We'll also start to talk with your landlord, who is the person who receives the funding.
The landlord receives the funding.
The landlord receives the funding. Unfortunately, we're not able to do direct payments to the tenants. So it is really important for us to have strong relationships with the landlords and property management companies in our communities so that people can continue to get their rental assistance. And Yeah, so once you get that, usually takes about 2 or 3 weeks for us to process your application, and then send your payment over to your landlord, who will apply it to your ledger. And the wait list, I want to just reiterate, is not a first come and first serve. We have a very high demand since COVID-19 for rental assistance in our community. Evictions are up about 3 times. And so in order to keep it equitable, random selection is the best way.
Oh, okay. It's interesting because there's been a time when waiting list has almost become synonymous with rental assistance. Anytime that someone talks about it, then they're told, we have a wait list. Okay, it's not just you call and you get it. So Molly, how have we impacted that waiting list for rental assistance?
Yeah, that's a good question. I know a lot of people have been looking at our wait lists kind of as a barometer of need for rent assistance in the community. And so it's been really important for us to keep that accurate and the data up to date. And we were seeing at the end of last year that the amount of people on the wait list was really high, but we were coming to about 55% denial rate for unresponsiveness once we actually did select people, because the wait list has been around since 2023. So now we're seeing people have changed their email, have, moved away, things have changed. The denial rate is not just for unresponsiveness, it can be for other things as well. But that was like a big thing. So in this last 6 months, we've kind of worked to connect with our the people on our wait list, to just see if they're, still needing rent assistance. Are they replying to our messages? And we did a huge waitlist cleanup for, reaching out probably at least 4 to 5 times to see if people respond. And if they do respond, we're getting updated information from them. So we were able to lower the amount of people on the wait list, and hopefully that's going to look like reducing our denial rate to around 35 to 40%.
So where did the wait list stand before the cleanup, and then where does it stand right now?
We were seeing around, I want to say 25,000 households on our wait list, and now we're at about 11.
Wow, that's more than half that we've taken off that list.
Which makes sense because we had about a 55% denial rate. So it's it makes sense that that's the number that we got to.
Okay. I'm sorry.
And I just want to say for listeners who may have been on the wait list and are worried that they're not on the wait list anymore, please fill out our support form. We do still have your record, and we can restore it and get you back on that wait list if you do have a need.
Yeah, we have a lot of resources on our website, the support form, and also a form if you want to update your information as well.
And so beyond them reaching out to us, how do we reach out to them?
There are a couple avenues for reaching out. We do try to give regular updates to people who are on our wait list, just letting them know the status. And then also we have a status checker that anyone can use at any time. They just enter in their email that they think is associated with their intake form. And then from there, they'll get an email letting them know of their status. And we have a pretty in-depth, interactive support form. So a lot of opportunities for self-help in terms of if they need information or need to, fix something on their intake form or something like that. So because our capacity is limited in terms of communicating with each individual person, we have a very small team. And like I said, we have 11,000 people on the wait list. So we try to keep it as streamlined as possible.
Great. And I remember during COVID, we were giving current rent due and then forward rent due. There was a certain amount for that. What is that now? How much are people getting on average, and what are they getting it for?
Yes. So average rental assistance is around $6,600 a household. But we do have a maximum rental assistance amount of $10,000 per household every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
Every 2 years. So once you're selected and have gone through the application process, our rental assistance agencies will calculate what your rental assistance amount is. If you do not surpass that $10,000 with your arrears, we are able to offer 2 months of future rent. But we do focus on paying back your arrears or what you owe your landlord.
Okay.
And then, $10,000 paid to the landlord every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would have to wait another 2 years to use this service again.
Yes.
It's all the more reason to do it now.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
I would encourage you to apply for the wait list because there is a long waiting period. I will admit that. And we can't guarantee when you'll be selected or if you'll be selected. However, it is the only way for you to be selected to receive rental assistance from us. It's still going on. It is still a very valuable tool for tenants and for landlords.
As someone is listening to this, they hear that the money goes to the landlord is involved, but I think it's also important to say, don't expect the landlord to make those steps for you.
Right.
Yes. You do have to be an advocate for yourself. And I think that goes back to one of the reasons why we do the random selection is because people do have more resources than other people within the community. So we don't want to prioritize someone who does have, an amazing relationship with their landlord, knows all these different organizations, can get an in. But we also want to make sure that someone who maybe doesn't have a good relationship with their landlord, but knows how to kind of navigate and self-advocate for themselves is able to talk to one of our case managers who are all excellent, empathetic, and well-trained to kind of help be a in-between between you and your landlord to do that application.
And what we've seen too is that landlords are more willing to work with us than you'd think because it is kind of a win-win situation. And we do absolutely need their participation and them to respond to us and give us necessary information so we can pay them. And it has worked out mostly.
So lastly, people needing rental assistance should go to uwkc.org/renthelp, complete an intake form, and then check the email to confirm that form was received. What else should they do?
I would also encourage you, if you have a relationship with your property manager or landlord, to let them know, hey, I have, taken the steps to try and receive rental assistance. See if there's a way for you to work with them. I also want to highlight Housing Justice Project, KCBA. If you go to their website, they do have information on free clinics that they do throughout the week. I think from about 9 to 12, there's one in downtown Seattle on 3rd and one in Kent. And you can bring your summons and complaint, which is the official eviction notice.
Okay.
And someone is able to help you with legal advice. Outside of Housing Justice Project, none of our case managers can give legal advice. But that is a really good avenue for people to receive more direct help. And then we do try and try and table at community events. We've been at community events with Councilmember Solomon, with Family Works throughout King County. So please come and visit us if you do have questions, and would also encourage you to fill out the support form if you do have more questions.
Jenny, Tess, Molly, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate talking about rental assistance today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Again, for more information on rental assistance and eviction prevention, log on to uwkc.org/renthelp. We're bringing back happy hour and hellos. Join us on October 14th at Nordstrom at South Center Mall For the latest installment of our networking series that allows professionals to mix and mingle over refreshments, learn more about the work United Way of King County is doing in our community, and ways to get involved. Check back soon on our website as more details emerge. Looking for a volunteer event? Join us on October 11th at El Centro De La Raza in Seattle to craft flowers and organize auction items for El Centro's annual Building the Beloved Community Gala. Take part in an exciting event that raises funds for 43 programs and services that benefit more than 20,000 individuals and families across our region. El Centro needs volunteers at 10 a.m. on October the 11th in Seattle's Convention Center in preparation for the event that will take place at the Convention Center later at 5 p.m. For more information, log on to uwkc.org/events. At United Way of King County, we are working side by side with communities to build an equitable future for everyone. Hourglass United Way is a podcast that highlights how we and our partners spend time making a difference in our communities. Our work is made possible by the generous donations from people like you. Please send comments and suggestions about our podcast to hourglassunitedway@gmail.com. To learn more about our work or to support United Way, log on to uwkc.org. I'm your host, Joe Burris. Thanks for listening. Until next time.